Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Know the Good, Good to Know podcast. Are you excited, Beef?
I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Nervous and excited. So we're here today and we're going to be here hopefully every Monday.
Hopefully.
Maybe more, who knows. Just to bring some good news. We're sick of seeing all this negative news on the news. Negative news on the news.
That's all you see.
Not that I see the news because I don't watch the news for that purpose.
I occasionally watch the
Same with social media. Don't really have social media because it's usually just negative.
Yeah.
So we thought we're going to do a podcast and we're just going to bring some fun, light-hearted stories that are happening around the world, no matter how big, as you'll see, no matter how small, as you'll definitely see, these stories are. But finding the good stories, bringing some good light, finding some inspirational people which we think these people need to be,
recognised.
They might be recognised already. We just might want to give them a shout out. There might be people which have gone under the radar, which we think they need a shout out. It's just, finding that positive stuff out there and sharing it with whoever wants to listen to us.
Things the world need to know.
Exactly that. So we'll go through a couple of stories today. Inspirational person.
Yeah.
Tell them about some fun stuff, I guess.
Yeah, some funny bits.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. We've been talking about doing a podcast for a long while now.
Yeah.
We finally come to fruition.
Yeah.
We're sat here in a garage, which it looks kind of good now. It's turned into a mini podcast studio.
I mean,
we've got arms, we've got cables,
everywhere.
Yeah,
they're all over the place.
It looks good. So, how's your day anyway? Is it good?
Looking
forward to this?
Yeah, man, all day.
Yeah,
literally all day. I've been thinking about this all day. So I've been looking through my stories, been doing my research, we're making sure everything's smooth. So but now it's come to it. We're here. We're going to tell some good stories and talk about some good people, and we can talk about some funny things as well.
Nice.
But yeah. So who's going to start off? Me or you?
Let's go you first.
Me first?
Yeah. You go. What you got for me?
You did do it. Right, okay. So, all right, you've seen Seaspiracy.
I haven't.
I've seen Seaspiracy.
That's why I don't eat fish.
The whole reason why, supposedly, I don't eat fish.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, all right, okay.
I have a
cheeky fish finger every so often.
You do more than that.
No.
So you can tell me the story.
All right, the ZZs.
Why were we in ZZs anyway? I can't remember. There's all of us, weren't there? Me, you, partners.
Yeah, the whole
cow, everyone.
Basically, the fam. The whole fam was coming.
I can't remember what we did. Anyway, we were out in ZZs.
Oh, I know what it was. Alice in Wonderland. Treasure hunt around Cambridge. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Everyone
actually.
on your phones.
Yeah, that was quite good fun. We're in ZZ's ordering food. I'm sat next to Beef and he orders fish. And I'm like, Beef, you said to me you don't eat fish. I do occasionally. And Becca's like, he eats fish all the time. So he lied about not eating fish.
That's a straight lie.
Because I don't eat fish. Since watching Seaspiracy,
yeah,
I don't eat fish. Apart from...
Oh yeah, go on.
I went up for a Chinese on Saturday.
Tell the listeners.
I was tucking into some prawn crackers. Alice says to me, Ryan, they're prawns from the sea. And I said, no, they're not real prawns. They're just flavouring. It's like prawn cocktail crisp. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Apparently that's not how it is. So yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah,
so,
the prawn flavour's got to come from
somewhere. It's a bit
somewhere.
annoying. I do like prawn crackers. Yeah. I mean, I do like fish in general, the taste of it. But from watching Seaspiracy, it's kind of put me off. But anyway, sorry, carry on with your story.
It's the same thing for me. Yeah, it's put me off. I mean, like I said, we used to eat salmon all the time. Now, don't eat fish that often. Like I said, I have a cheeky fish finger every, 2-3 months.
Them fish fingers are probably packed with everything but fish.
Yeah, as I said, they're probably not even fish. I'm probably doing my bit. They're probably mostly like plastic. I've got the microplastics getting them in. Right, so my story, funnily enough, I went off on a tangent on the old Seaspiracy. It's to do with that. And so, just a little fact, just a little cheeky fact. So, the ocean ecosystem produces half of the oxygen we breathe, right? It represents about 95% of the planet's biosphere. And it's one of the... it is the largest carbon sink on the planet. So,
we need this.
Without it, we're all goners. We're all gonskis. So... in America, in New York specifically, in room 2, if we can get hella specific on it, a bunch of UN members have come to an agreement finally after apparently 2 grueling days, and funnily enough, about 2 decades in the making, have come to agreement about the high seas, about making a treaty to protect at least 1/3 of the high seas and 1/3 of land across the world. Where, again, I don't know, because this treaty, it's only just been agreed sort of thing, so the information isn't fully out there. But still, you got to think, finally come to an agreement on protecting the world.
That's good.
Big stuff.
It would be interesting to see where, because there's obviously regions in the world where the sea is more heavily polluted than others.
More heavily fished, more heavily everything.
Yeah, more
Just
heavily.
like,
Exactly.
I'm hoping it's those areas, but again, because we're not UN officials, we don't know that sort of stuff. And I'm sure it'll be released.
So many politics behind all that jazz.
Oh, massive. Well, like I said, it takes they said here, 2 grueling days. Two grueling days.
Locked in a room.
Pretty much. Hashing it out.
Hashing it out.
Where are we going to save?
Where
what are we
we
going to save?
saving, yeah.
We're going to save the planet. We've got to save bits of it, at least. So anyway, a big part of the story, anyway, was someone called Raina Lee of Singapore, and she came up with a really lovely quote, which is, "We like to go on learning journeys, and this has been a learning journey of a lifetime." And I can imagine why. You sit in, 2 days worth of government officials talking about what parts of the planet you're going to save. I think you're going to learn some things. But this historic treaty is crucial for enforcing that 30-30 pledge made by the countries in the UN Biodiversity in December. But it's to protect 1/3 of the seas and the land by 2030. So it's not that far away. 6 years is not a long time to protect a massive quantity of the earth. But covering almost 2/3 of the ocean that lies outside national boundaries, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Fair in mind. But yeah, that's all I've got for my little story. It was short,
news.
it's sweet. We're only it was short way in, but we've got lots more. From massive ocean saving stories to.
So I found an absolute gem.
Okay.
So going into this podcast, we're like, we need to find some positive news, some positive stories, no matter how big, no matter how small.
Yeah.
So I took the small on board.
Okay.
Yeah. And
We've
I went
gone
out
from
there and I've done some research.
Worldwide saving.
I've gone, everything counts on the earth, no matter how big, no matter how small, from the oceans all the way down.
It's all part of some kind of ecosystem, some part of
exactly
linking connection to
the mole.
To the mole.
To the mole.
Little underground burrow boy.
It was feared to be extinct.
Okay.
A species of golden mole.
Golden mole?
Not been seen in 80 years. 80 years, yeah.
80 years.
Last spotted in 1937.
Yeah.
The little mole. Somewhere in a region in South Africa. Last spotted. Anyway, has been rediscovered. So the mole itself is about 8 centimetres to about 20 centimetres long.
Yeah.
And the way it was discovered again was through, obviously, research. There's like 100 samples of sand and analysis through DNA and through the poo.
Okay, so it's
the mole poo.
Oh, so it's been alive this whole time.
Yeah,
just not seen.
Just not seen. They thought it was extinct.
Okay,
all right. I mean, I'm not being funny. Just coming to think about it, moles live underground.
Yeah, there's probably so
they're not
many
going to be
things.
the easiest thing to find.
For all we know, there could be dodos under there just because they've decided to go, you know what? Now we feel like burrowing. Let's go underground. Let's be safe.
Off we go.
They're alive, but they're underground. Yeah, basically, it could be the same thing. Who would know?
Yeah, so the scientists of the Endangered Wildlife Trust from the University of South Africa said in a statement that they're fairly confident that the golden mole was in an environment and they've detected it through DNA sequencing. And like I said, they use its poop, which is always good fun.
Yeah.
Mole poop. I don't know what mole poop looks like. Do you think mole poop's like rat poo? Like
it's defo rabbits. Little pellets.
Oh, little pellets.
Little pellet boys.
I wonder if moles do the reverse of humans. Do they come up, have a poo, go back under?
100%.
Or do they poo underground?
Nah,
that's not ideal.
I bet. Well, you've seen Wind of the Willows. You see all those burrows and stuff. You've got badgers, rabbits, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I guess they. I mean,
Mr. Mole,
that's a stupid question, really, because rabbits come to the surface to
all of them.
Rabbits drop into.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, they definitely go up.
So,
definitely go up.
So yeah, like I said, over 100 samples of sand was tested, and there was actually 2 common golden moles DNA revealed, which is kind of cool.
Oh, pairs. Nice little, hopefully a mating pair.
Yeah. So they thought they were extinct, but they weren't.
Yeah.
And
see, when you
it's some of the statements that you read, and how excited the scientists that are about the moles,
because they're proper nature guys. They proper nature guys and girls. You know, they're like,
and they're just they're like, this is one of the quotes is like, I was so convinced, and we were so passionate about finding the mole, and I'm just like, People are just happy about things like that. It's just ideal.
That's what the world needs to be. That's the whole reason why we make this podcast. Is we want people to be basically like that. That we're just happy about hearing good stuff.
So that was. I mean, now I read it out loud. It was kind of short, but the golden mole. Is back. That's the takeaway from this. The golden mole. The golden mole's
name
back
as well. A golden mole. That's not.
It isn't actually golden.
Not your star-nosed moles.
Not to put a dampener on it. Not to put a dampener on it, but they actually think it's not technically a mole, and it's more like
this whole story's
it's more related to like a shrew. Something like that, but
still. Oh, I see. You know it.
Due to evolution, apparently it's closely related to something else as opposed to mole, but it's still named golden mole. I didn't get into that part. I was just happy to see the mole was back.
Yeah, as I say, we're here for the good parts. Well, so when you gave me a little snippet, like when you messaged me about this story, it's like, okay, he's going to talk about mole. He's going to talk about mole coming back into existence. I thought you were going like the whole Jurassic Park, Jurassic World.
I thought crazy scientist.
Yeah, I thought you were
next thing you know on the news.
InGen bringing back some old mole. We thought, okay, we'll keep it safe. We'll bring back something that can't necessarily hunt you down and kill you. We'll bring back a mole because then they're not that dangerous.
We're coming back next week with a bad news story where the moles are loose.
They've gone haywire.
There's too many moles.
They've ripped up so many bits of dirt
Africa
underneath the roads.
Covered in moles.
Yeah, there's holes everywhere and they're huge. There's you can't
Imagine
get
if
around.
that becomes a thing though, like you said.
What?
Overpopulate golden moles. 2 years time we come back to this podcast like, damn you Ryan for telling us about the moles.
You said it was good news.
You said it was good news.
It wasn't good news. That was lies. Half of this country's missing because the moles have just got absolutely AWOL.
You ever seen
dug
a
it
mole?
all up. Yeah, I've seen a mole.
Have you really?
Yeah, I've seen a
I
mole.
don't think I've ever seen a mole.
You see mole hills everywhere.
I see mole hills.
But yeah,
I think I get mole hills and hills.
Nighttime I've seen a mole. Yeah. You ain't gonna see them at the daytime.
Have you ever seen a badger? Apart from dead on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a real life badger?
Not a real life badger.
So, hang on, you've seen a fake badger?
I've seen an imaginary badger.
Oh, badger. So, I'll tell you the only time I've seen a real badger, I don't know why I keep saying real badger.
Real badger.
A badger. A badger which is alive, which isn't dead on the side of the road, is actually when I lived in Nottingham.
Okay.
So, I lived in a flat in Nottingham when I was at university. It was in the middle of the city. And this is when I used to smoke. I used to smoke out the back.
The usual habit for a badger.
Yeah, of course.
Middle of Nottingham.
And I was having a cigarette out the back door.
Yeah.
And I could hear click, 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 like in the car park. I was like, what? Because we were quite high up. We were on 6 floors up.
Yeah.
And I thought, what's that noise?
6 floor car park and the badger's there.
Yeah, I looked down. Honestly, it's walking across the car park. That's the only time I've ever seen a real badger.
Just come back from a night out.
I keep saying real badger. Stop saying real badger.
He's just come back from
a badger.
A night
Which is,
yeah.
A
real badger.
Find his way back. Yeah.
Wow,
with crazy nails.
Like I said, he's just finished his day. He's just finished his work shift. He's getting back to his car.
Yeah,
there's 6 stories on a car park.
Never seen a.
That's
seen
a
mole.
true integration of nature and mankind. That is.
We live in the fens. You never see stop saying a real badger. A badger alive in the wild.
You never see a badger.
You just see badgers on the side of the road. Rolled over.
You see a lot of wildlife living in the fens.
Of course, but you don't. When was the last time you saw it? We just discussed
not a live badger.
Not a live badger.
Yeah, that's
you see a lot of rabbits.
Most of the time, it's cats.
You
see a cat in the garden. But yeah. So anyway,
we digress about the moles.
Massive tangent. Yeah, talking about badgers and moles and whatnot. So you in a 6-story car park having a fag in the street.
I won't tell you the other stories about the car park.
No, we don't want to hear the stories about the car park. Not unless they're funny stories, because that is, we've got time for that kind of stuff. Right. So are we going to jump onto Hero?
Yeah, you said that you've got someone. You've got an inspirational person.
I've got an inspirational person. So this guy is, funnily enough, going to lead me on to another inspirational person, but I might bring them in next week and talk about them. It's pretty much exactly the same story, but a little bit different. Okay. But still really heartwarming, really lovely sort of thing. So the guy that I want to talk about, his name is Nicholas Locke. He's from Brazil.
Are you sure? You didn't sound too sure about that.
No,
he's from...
I had to look. So, he's from Brazil, and he's done a really amazing thing. And so, here it is. He's an Anglo-Brazilian, which I don't know what that is.
I've never heard
when you hear Anglo, you think Anglo-Saxon. And when you hear Brazilian, you think Brazilian. So I'm assuming he's part Viking, part Brazilian.
Part Viking, I bet he's an absolute unit.
It's probably amazing.
Massive beard.
I mean, I think, to be fair,
crazy at football because he's a Brazilian.
The story that I've got, I can imagine he would be the type of guy you'd expect to come off a Viking longboat and be like, oh, this guy's about to do some damage. He's about to do some
But he doesn't come off an axe.
Things.
He's Brazilian, so he comes off with football.
No,
like,
no,
hey,
no,
that big beard, hey, juggling the balls.
No, this guy comes off with a shovel. This is what this guy comes off with.
Okay.
So he converted his ranch to a conservation project 24 years ago. So this entire story has been pretty much 24 years in the making. He has reforested around 350 acres of Atlantic rainforest.
No, that's good.
I mean, I should have done a bit more research on him. I don't know if he's done this on his own. I can imagine he's obviously had help. 350 acres is a big amount of space.
Is that why?
What's that?
All to grow cocaine. So I can hide
No.
his real story.
So
his money making thing.
This is good news stories.
Sorry,
We don't talk about bad news on here. So it's 350 acres of forest. It's apparently one of the most successful schemes of its type in reforestation.
That is crazy good.
We're massively against deforestation. We don't like rainforests disappearing, all that sort of stuff.
Well, it's exactly the same as like you start at the beginning with the Seaspiracy.
I'm essentially
It's the same.
yeah,
It's the same. Just sea and land. Really,
it's
isn't
not
it?
an environmental podcast. We can promise you that. It's a good news podcast. So
Yeah.
there
But that is good news.
But that's
It's good news. I'm
amazing news. But a really cool thing that I found was he's reintroduced tapirs into his little rainforest thing. It's a bit when you said about like growing for cocaine, it did give me sort of Pablo Escobar vibes with his hippos.
I need to hide my.
My rare species of animals. But yeah, no. So 350 acres of Atlantic rainforest, and he's pretty much made it himself. So he's essentially made an entire ecosystem
So
habitat
crazy.
from 24 years ago. And it's like massive now. It looks insane. Like the perfect place to be.
Yeah, I watched this really.
Why are you looking
Again.
You're looking confused.
I could hear a random ticking. I don't know what it was.
Could be anything in there.
Again, I'm going off on a tangent here, but you talk about creating an ecosystem. I watched this really cool thing on YouTube where this guy has literally created like a massive ecosystem in his house.
Yeah,
it's like a fish tank.
I've seen
I
it.
can't remember what it's called, but
I've seen it.
It's so cool. And
He's got some big fish in that tank.
Oh no. Okay, we're talking about different things.
Oh, okay.
That's awkward. Yeah, he's got like tarantulas and all that sort of jazz,
Oh, okay.
lizards and stuff like that. But it's like a huge like rainforest type vibe.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And what he's done is he's tried to develop it so it like it just maintains itself like an ecosystem. So he'll put crickets in there for spiders to eat and da-da-da. So it's like a
but
real
they'll
life.
just hop around and go mad, I guess.
Yeah. And then because he buys some of the plants and that from various locations, it brings like insects with the plants.
Oh, okay.
And then
like little mites and stuff.
Yeah, and it'll just disrupt the ecosystem. And he'll talk about how it's disrupted. Like there'll be a new species of ant, and they'll talk about all the ant. It's crazy good. I have to find it for you. It's really
how ecosystems work and
and the way he videos
loads of stuff.
The way he videos it and edits it, he makes it all mysterious. It's kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, what I was talking about was, I don't know where I saw it, but some guy, I think he got planning permission and everything for it, but he made a fish tank underneath his house. He made a basement in a UK house. You'd never expect
in the UK as well.
You'd never expect to see it. So you go down into his basement, and he's got the biggest fish tank I've ever seen. Like, we're talking, it's a room.
That's so cool.
It's massive, but he doesn't have little fish. No.
Koi's.
No, not for koi's. We're talking like tropical, massive river monsters that you'd be absolutely terrified of if you saw. Like, you're just swimming through the rainforest and all of a sudden there's a humongous piranha just swimming past you and you're like, whoa, now I'm right, I'm going to get out. He's got those underneath his house in a big fish tank.
So cool.
They're so chill. Like, the thing I saw, it was a guy who was hosting the TV, cracked on a little wetsuit, like full-on scuba gear, because it's massive.
And he's gone in, has
And
he?
he got in, yeah.
Are they actual
Yeah.
eating, like flesh-eating piranhas?
I don't really know, but I mean, there's only, I think, one of them in there, but he's got like a mixture of other fish, like a huge catfish, like massive. It's like the size of me, sort of thing. I'm not massive, but you think if a catfish the size of a guy, it's pretty big. And then, but yeah, so he says he has to clean it like every other week, sort of thing.
It's a lot of hassle, isn't it?
But it's like,
just get a jacuzzi, mate.
It's huge. It's a jacuzzi.
Don't bother with it.
No, it's
Just go to the fair, get a fish from the fair.
Oh, a little goldfish.
Yeah.
They don't do it anymore. They don't do
I mean,
goldfish
so they shouldn't, to be fair, because
it's not particularly great.
It's
Although
not good.
I'll tell you. my girlfriend Becca, she got one of those fish a long time ago. I mean, her parents are going to be completely lying to her and just keep buying a new fish.
Buying a new goldfish.
But she swears that it lived for a good about 8 years.
Wow.
And I don't know the life expectancy of goldfish.
A fair goldfish is probably not long.
I don't think it's 8 years. But from what she's told me, it lived for a very long time. So, yeah.
Do you know what? Actually, that rings a bell.
Go on.
Alice used to have goldfish at her house. And I think that's the same story. I think they got it from a fair and it grew quite big. And it lasted a long time.
Not just your average mini gold. I think it's something about putting goldfish in larger tanks.
They grow to their environment.
Yeah, so maybe it's a thing. Maybe the goldfish are just, really small because they're in that tiny little bag. And then, you give them a decent home. And then all of a sudden, I'm a big old goldfish.
I guess it's the little kids which are the problem that usually take them home.
Yeah, we go find a Nemo.
Like the Finding Nemo where they shake it. Flush it down the bog.
Squishy, just fucking shaking the bag. But yeah, no, this. So, yes. Anyway, back to the guy, Nicholas Locke. So, that's a name to remember. Have a little research, look him up. He's one of our legends of the week, or heroes of the week, should I say. This is a little segment that we said we were going to do.
Insert a jingle. We definitely need a little jingle.
We need a jingle, yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, like I said,
I've
been looking for jingles, so there'll be something. Trust me, I'll put it in there. But we're working things out.
Yeah.
This is the very first recording, so this is we got kinks. We're going to work them out.
Kinks.
Not in that kind of way. We're going to work out kinks.
It's not that kind of podcast.
No, it's not that kind of podcast. But yeah, so we said we're going to do some funny stories as well.
Yeah, I don't think we need to look too far for funny stories because it happened to us quite recently. Maybe that's what we should title the podcast is So Good the Roof Collapses. No. Falling for the mole. No, not the mole. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going with it.
Straws, aren't we here?
But I'm trying to think. But the story, I guess, we can tell the people the story of. So basically, let's rewind.
Yeah.
I got a new shed.
Yep.
Which I was very excited about.
As boring
I
as
am very excited about it.
From a proper man's perspective, it's a beautiful shed.
It is a beautiful shed.
Yeah.
It's fairly large.
Yeah.
It's on a good solid base, which is the main thing.
Yeah.
Because that way it won't rot.
Yeah.
But
proper builder talk right now.
It's
got a foundation.
It has
on it.
A big foundation.
Yeah.
It's a nice big shed. It's got 2 separate doors, so Rupert can get his toys, and I can go into my man's side, the man's side with the lawnmowers and the petrol. And but I had a shed previously. It was a little tin shed.
Yeah.
When I first brought the house,
it wasn't a little tin shed. It's pretty big.
Yeah. When I first brought the house, there was 2 things I was very excited for.
Yeah.
Having a loft.
Yeah.
And having a shed.
Yeah.
Which are not both of them now.
Simple pleasures.
Both of them now are the bane of my life.
Well, one of them doesn't exist anymore.
Is an absolute mess.
Yeah.
And
no, we redid your loft.
We did.
I say we fully redid your loft. We redid part of your loft.
We did part of the loft, and
which was also a relatively funny story when I think back to it now because it was hot.
Oh yeah, it was hot.
It was a hot day.
Yeah, and you cracked my ceiling. I do remember that. Actually.
Yeah, I didn't mean to crack your ceiling.
Repair that.
I stood on joists. I'm just a heavy boy.
Yeah, heavy boy. But those are 2 things I was excited about. So the shed and the loft.
Yep.
And so at the time I was really excited about my shed, but obviously I've been there for 5 years. The shed had started to show signs of wear and tear. Mm-hmm. Like when I say wear and tear, the doors literally just didn't work. So it was time to get a new shed, put a nice new shed base in, new shed, and it was time to take the old one down.
Yep.
Now, fortunately, being tin, the local scrap man agreed to come pick it up. I just had to take it apart. So I called upon my trusty friend Beeve to give me a hand.
Hey-o.
I didn't think I'd be able to do it on my own, which
you wouldn't.
I wouldn't have been able to do it on my own.
It was a horrible thing to take down.
Yeah. So the shed's probably, I don't know, 8 foot tall. I don't know how tall. 8 foot maybe. We were on a ladder. We were stretching over.
We're in the UK. Let's do it on metrics. We're about 2.2, 2.3 meters high.
Okay, it's a reasonably sized shed, but it's all screwed together. All these panels. This story.
So many
people must be thinking, what are we listening to? Anyway,
talking to absolute guff.
Yeah, it's taking me too long to get to the. By the time I get to the fun part,
they're gone.
They're either gone.
Stop listening.
Or I've just killed the story.
Sorry, guys. We don't want to listen to any more because you're just going on. But yeah, anyway.
Anyway, we've taken the shed apart. I'm trying to build a picture. I'm just not doing a very good job.
No. You tell the story.
I'm taking the shed apart, screw by screw.
Yeah.
There's a lot of screws.
There's so many
still picking up screws. I still walk them. They stick into the bottom of my Crocs.
I got a big magnet. You can take that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay. Thanks. I'll take up the podcast. And there's only one way we could get to the top, and that was by being on the roof.
Yeah.
Now, fortunately for me, or fortunately for Beef, should I say,
Imagine.
I was on the inside,
Yeah.
just propping the roof just in case Big
I
Boy
reckon
decided
you're
to come
taking
through.
screws. reckon
Yeah, I
you're taking
was.
Screws out.
Damn it, you figured it out. I was
I
unscrewing it
reckon you
thinking.
were unscrewing things inside.
I was like, here we go. This
I
is a
reckon
bit
you
of
were
fun.
going, you know, this is going to be funny.
I thought, if I can break his back, he might not go to Canada. That was the plan.
This can be a story to tell the lads as well. Something funny on games night. That's what we're going to do.
So, anyway, Beeve's screwing away.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, kaboom. Beeve is no longer on the roof. He's kind of on my head, on my shoulder,
On the floor.
on the floor.
A bit everywhere.
Fortunately, I was holding it a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
So you didn't fall straight through.
If for the listeners, I'm doing air quotes here, holding the shed.
Yeah.
No, unscrewing it.
All that gym you've been training me for that moment to hold,
Yeah, you need
save
it.
your life.
Yeah.
That's
To be
what
fair,
it was for.
I landed on my feet, so yeah, I
think the other foot was
on
on
the
my
shed.
shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere. To
But,
be fair, it was a bit of a blur. For
absolutely.
that split second.
And the roof just caved in.
Yeah.
So to be fair, you did it a favour because
It was
the
a hell
roof
of a-
just collapsed.
It was easier to take down.
It was easier.
It was way easier to take down.
And then we just took it down nice and we thought maybe we should be more methodical about this and take an approach where you know we go from the sides around. But
well, I mean, in an ideal world, top down is the best way to
down.
take
It
something
was-
apart.
I mean, it did work out that way as well.
Yeah, it had to because I fell through it.
Yeah.
Buckled all the bracing in it, and yeah, that was the case. I mean, if you want to know a quick way to take down a shed, get someone to go on the roof and start taking bits of bolts out on the edges, and then the whole thing is going to come in on itself, and then boom, shed down, seconds. We must have saved ourselves hours.
Yeah, we did.
We probably did.
We probably spent longer walking to the shop to get a drink and coming back than we did taking the shed apart.
I'm glad we did that before I fell through it. Oh no, we did that after we took. That was
was
the
after.
break. That was
We
the
had a break after like 2 minutes. Well, it's just hard work.
Yeah, because I fell through the shed roof.
I'm not used to manual
I
labour.
needed to recompose myself. I needed to come back and be like, right, you know, I don't want to die again. So
Working in an office, I'm not used to manual labour.
No, I'm not. No.
But I am getting better at DIY.
Oh, yeah?
I must admit.
Oh yeah.
So I've done some paneling. Again, I've done some nice paneling in my utility room, which I need
Lovely.
to paint a nice green and a wallpaper. I won't be doing the wallpaper.
No.
So I will screw that up. But I've gone from, when I first moved
Old
into
school.
the house, trying to hang up a picture,
Mm-hmm.
I'd get so stressed. I get so irate. I literally, one time, I put a screw for a nail. A screw for a nail? Wow. A screw for a pipe. And we just had the kitchen fitted. Screw for a pipe, and the water was going down. And I think that's like the first and only time I've ever had a panic attack.
Yeah, I'd have a panic attack.
And Alice was like,
I'd be
Ryan, you're
terrified.
literally crying.
I'd be
I was like,
mortified.
I literally didn't know what to do. I rang Bondi, my stepdad, like, quick, you need to come and take up the floorboards.
Dad, help me!
I've
I've screwed it.
Literally.
Literally.
I was petrified. But
I'd be scared.
But I've gone from that to doing paneling, caulking. I'm
Ooh.
getting good at caulking now.
Ooh,
It's all about the preparation of the actual tube.
Yeah,
Getting a nice
yeah.
caulking method.
I mean, sorry to the listeners that aren't interested in DIY. We're just going to ramble on about fixing houses and stuff because we're both in the same process.
We are.
Well, I've pretty much. We're pretty
When
much
you're about
finished.
there.
We're pretty much finished. We're not doing anything else. I'm not doing any more DIY. I've been that life off.
I've got two.
Sorry.
It's a chair
it's me
clicking. You're swinging
I'm getting a
around.
new chair.
Checking around. I'm sat in
My moon chair.
what is it? A moon chair?
My moon chair, yeah.
Yeah, if you're camping, you'd sit
Yeah,
in a little rusty chair.
I've bestowed my camping moon chair on you. It's comfortable though, isn't it?
No, I'm cramping up. I just don't want to move because it just makes such a rustle.
It's because you're old.
I mean, there is that.
No, I'm joking.
It's got to sit down all day.
So, again, we went off on a tangent. I have got one other funny story. It's
Oh, go on.
super short. I saw it recently. I had to laugh because it's a proper UK story. So, a school. So it's called Castleview School.
Hang on, is this off the top of your head or have you got this on your laptop?
No, this is on my laptop.
Ah, okay, here we go.
This isn't just. Yeah, I'm not going to wing this one.
I thought you were just winging
Like I
it.
said, it's only a short story. So the place is called Castleview School. It's in Canvey Island, Essex. A poor lad. We said we were going to read good news, but apparently we're going to read some bad news. He got a flapjack
Where's this going?
thrown at him in a food fight. But the specific thing about the flapjack is it's triangular.
A triangular flapjack?
No. That's not just the specific. So the specific point of this story is the triangular flapjack. This school has now banned triangular flapjacks because they're too dangerous.
Oh, hang on. Was it in the canteen?
Yeah,
Were they
yeah.
school made?
Food fight. Yeah.
School made.
School made flapjacks.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
What are the rules to
right,
a food fight? There must be some. There
There's
must be some like,
mate,
unwritten rules not
there's
to
no
pick
rules.
up. You don't
No.
pick up a brick.
All right.
You pick
Yeah,
up
it's
something.
not food.
I know, but you
Who's
pick up,
eating a brick?
you pick up stuff that's soft, like an
Apple.
egg. An egg
Egg.
pops, doesn't it? So an apple, that's hard as well.
Yeah, I know.
I remember on the bus,
Food
as
fight.
when we used to have food
Prison
fights on the
rules.
bus. A61,
Yeah.
our bus was to Ramsey.
Bus massive.
It was a good bus.
No, I'm sorry.
It was a good bus.
It looks so silly,
We had so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, we used to do that cool thing where, because we were on the top of the back, 'cause obviously we were cool kids.
Cool kids.
And we used to do the do 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 on the floor, and then the people underneath would
stomp
go
on
do do. And I'm like, oh man, it's so cool. We're so in sync. Anyway, we used to have food fights all the time. The bus driver just didn't care. He said, as long as nothing goes out the window.
Yeah, to be fair, UK secondary schools rules were just not a thing.
Yeah, as long as nothing goes out the window,
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. So we used to have food fight, but I wouldn't throw a hard flapjack. I think that's too far.
Oh, we've got another good guy then. This bus driver, for what it sounds like, he sounds like a legend.
Yeah, we had a couple of
Most
good.
of them hated
Although
kids.
we had one bus driver, so we were going.
We're a good
up
news
the Piddly.
podcast.
I know we were going up the Piddly.
Yeah.
Well, this is a hero.
Okay.
Very loosely.
We said big or small.
Yeah.
We said
I
big
say
or small.
hero very loosely.
Yeah, super.
Wait
loose.
until I tell you who it is.
Okay.
Very loosely. We were going to school and the exhaust fell off, and
Solid.
smoke was pluming into the actual bus itself.
Oh,
And the bus driver wouldn't stop and open the door.
no.
And we were like, mate,
Power
the
on
bus.
through. Got to get
We
your kids to
literally,
school.
we literally couldn't see. I was like in some 70s rave. All we needed was like some disco lights, and we were throwing shapes. It was smoked everywhere. And Daryl opened the door, and they had to stop because we were all just like hopping out.
That's a proper little
Yeah.
local hero story. That
He
is.
saved us. Daryl saved us.
He
Otherwise,
saved
we'd
us.
have been smoked out.
From being a bad boy.
Yeah.
I'm going to save you kids. I'm going to open these doors,
The
bust them
8-6
open,
the
get some
8-6-1.
air in it. Fair play.
Good bus that was.
But yeah, anyway, back to my little story because you just.
Oh, I'm so
me off.
sorry.
You're
Yeah.
tangenting me left and right.
You just
Yeah,
bring it
just pulling me off.
Do you know what's the maddest thing,
Pulling
right?
back
I
memories, that's what
have
it is.
a terrible memory.
Yeah,
Like, if you ask Alice, I have an awful and I can't remember. I mean,
we're gonna have to change the name of the podcast to just two guys reminiscing about.
I'm so
their
sorry.
school life.
I'm so sorry. But it's literally bringing back. I can't remember anything from school. Like, if I sit and think, I can't remember anything. But for some reason, I'm just it's just
pulling-
all coming back to me.
Pulling stories left and right.
God,
Maybe
this
that's
might-
what it is. Maybe
This might
just,
be turned into a bit of a therapy session if it's all coming back to me. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know how deep I'm going to get.
this good news is just for you. It's not for the listeners. It's purely just for you.
Anyway, carry
Right,
on
so
with your
anyway,
guy.
yeah,
what,
so
what was you on a bus? again?
Triangular flapjacks.
Oh,
No. So
not the bus.
triangular flapjacks in a school. So triangular flapjacks have been banned because apparently they become too dangerous.
Why? I just can't get my head around the triangle part.
Yeah, this is the thing. Right, we're bypassing that for the second. I'm not going to lie to you. If you throw something that's triangular, it's a bit all over the place, right? It's a bit wibbly wobbly in the air. You can't get a good cob on it. You get a square flapjack, you can get some spin on that.
Yeah, you could probably
you
do
can
it
get
better
some
for a-
dirty spin on a
But a
square
triangle one
flapjack.
is definitely going to hurt more because of the edges. The points. You got 3 points that could hit.
Yeah, a square's got 4 points.
Yeah, but they're not
Square's
like,
gonna hurt.
but they're not like points, like a sharp edge as opposed to like a.
Depends on how hard that flapjack is. If
Oh,
it's
very true.
If it's a school
Well,
flapjack,
you don't want a rock solid flapjack. Nobody likes it.
no one
The
does.
best
but
ones
let's
are the
be
ones that you
honest.
could like when you go to tear it, like
Oh, they're gooey. We
a
know.
bit gooey, yeah, a
Gooey
bit soft.
flapjacks. Yeah,
Same with like a cookie.
Yeah.
When they don't break, they
No
just
one likes hard
bend.
cookies. Gooey cookies.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. But this is the thing that I found hilarious, which was why a school decided to ban a triangular flapjack in place, and we're still going to sell square flapjacks. That's fine. But my theory was I could definitely get a better spin
On
and
a
throw on a square flapjack.
yeah.
I could yeet a square flapjack across the hall. Triangular flapjack's going to flap all over the place. It's not going to hit the target. But I just
Imagine
thought
on a food fight.
you've just
at
made it
school,
more
that'd be cool.
You've made it more dangerous. You've made it
I'm
way more
surprised they
dangerous.
still sell flapjacks at school. 'cause of
Why?
the whole-
Flapjacks are the best.
Yeah, I know, but they're just full of sugar.
That's true. Yeah, man.
And everything in schools
Well,
these days,
I was
I
gonna say,
thought was like
You make them with
healthy.
honey, and they're still full of sugar.
Gone are the days
So they're
where
way
you could
better for
get.
you.
I thought burgers. I'm reminiscing again. I remember at the Alwyn, they did some. The chicken burgers and cheeseburgers at the Alwyn were amazing.
We completely release them pretty much where we live. We might as well give you an address soon.
Oh, so
Because we're going fully local.
all they know is we're in a garage.
Back a
That's
day,
all they know.
schools. Back a
There's
day.
hundreds of garages in the area.
That's true. Yeah. Anyway, back in the Elwyn.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they just did amazing cheeseburgers and chicken burgers, and I'll never
okay.
I'll never be able to hit that peak of like chicken burger and cheeseburgers.
No.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's the same with
Yeah, but it might be just
my
because you're a
mum.
kid.
Yeah, my mum used to work at our primary school
Yeah.
as a dinner lady.
Oh, that's why you got best food then.
So she used to bring home like leftovers,
Yeah.
and a lot of the time it was like cakes, and custard. And again, the sponge cakes.
Naughtiest school cakes.
So they say memories come from a lot of time from smell.
Yeah, senses.
Smell, yes.
Yeah, your senses
So
kick in.
I think sometimes I'll smell a cake or something and I'll remember the cake from school. But nothing will ever compare to the cake from primary school, which my mum used to bring back. And it's the same with like
primary school.
Yeah, it's the same with like the chicken and cheeseburgers from the Elwyn. It's like you ask probably everybody in my year at least, maybe a few years above, and everyone would rate the burgers so much.
Yeah.
They were so good. So good.
Oh,
I even remember like the little wrapper.
I want the little like multicolored wrappers.
Yeah,
Did you ever have veggie burgers at your school?
Yeah, there was veggie burgers, but I didn't tuck into
like
them.
the yellow ones or whatever. And then
to be honest, I couldn't really afford, but I used to spend my pocket money on fags. So used to go halves with somebody, like one of the lads. Yeah, we used to go
share a burger together.
I used to go down to the Trundle bus stop. We used to stop at the shop.
Yeah.
Someone used to, can you buy some fags? Can you buy
proper
me and a mate used to buy like £1 in each because they were like £1.90 or something. £1 in each, get 5 each, but we'd have to give one to the buyer because buyer's rights.
Yeah.
So we'd have to go twos on one.
There's economy in this.
Yeah. That's how it was. If you bought a pack of 10, the buyer gets one. If you bought a pack of 20, the buyer gets two. It's buyer's rights.
Oh, okay.
That's how it is.
Who gets 4?
Why would you get 4?
Well, you
have to buy 40.
10 fags.
Yeah.
All right. One's gone.
Yeah.
Someone's got to get...
Oh, no. You have to go twos on one.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say, you got to make it equal. Someone's going to walk away with 4 fags.
No. Unless somebody's invested more.
Oh, okay.
Equal shares.
I'll chuck 20p more in this. I'll get that
Exactly.
Extra.
Equal shares. Yeah. You only get saves then.
That makes sense. Yeah. Bit of equity.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. I think that's the end. I think that's it. I think that's what we've got. All for you. All these stories on our very first
So
podcast.
looking back at that, I feel like we need some more...
We do a cheeky little recap. Is that what we're going to do?
Well, I'm just trying to think of the good news we had in that. Because we did tangent off a little bit.
We've gone big.
We did with big ocean.
Mega big. Well,
Don't forget the mole.
I've done two big stories. We've gone... I've fully like environmental on this one. First podcast is just nature, baby.
Eco warrior.
All that nature, all that, like I said, this beautiful green earth that we live on in this vast expanse of space. Nature. I'm basically just, what's his name? As if I've forgotten his name.
David Attenborough.
Oh yes,
Mate,
I'm so happy
you can't
know
compare
that.
yourself.
Strike me down.
You
I can't believe I forgot his
yourself.
name. No, I wouldn't. I'd never compare myself to the man.
But yeah,
you never know. He could be coming up in the Hero of the Week on one of the next ones. Who knows?
Oh, what? I thought you meant we're getting him on as a guest.
Yeah, we could do
straight away.
Oh,
second episode.
Yo, imagine
we've got David Attenborough on the show.
That would definitely hook people in. Oh, we've suddenly got 1 million followers now on all your socials because we managed to get David Attenborough to come to our tiny little garage. No. But yeah, so we've gone super big with Saving the Ocean.
Yep. So down to the small.
To
the moles.
Tiny little moles. And then a little bit bigger with 350 acres. Am I right in saying it? Yeah, 350 acres of Atlantic rainforest.
That's amazing.
That's a massive expense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I still can't go over that. 24 years in the
making. How did he do it, do you think?
Planting trees.
Yeah, I understand that part, but how did he do
How
it?
do you expect?
Yeah, but you see these like helicopters or stuff like that.
Seed bombing.
Yeah.
It's drones now. It's all drones now.
Crazy.
Technology's
advanced
wild. So fast. That was a part of a story that I was looking into, to be fair, for a different thing, which was drone seeders is what they're called, supposedly. And
they've got like a gun on them, haven't they?
Pretty much, yeah, just like bang, bang, bang,
yeah.
shooting seeds everywhere, planting trees wherever they can.
Crazy,
it's what's needed, really.
Yeah.
One thing that's massively needed is just to integrate trees into like sort of built up areas, but
that's why I guess that's why I enjoy living in the countryside.
That badger might have been in the city because there could have been a couple of trees around. Could have been on that 6-story car park.
I do wonder about him. I wonder if he's still alive.
I mean, probably. When was this? When we were in Nottingham? I don't know the lifespan of a badger.
7-8 years ago, maybe.
I should be. Who knows? Yeah. Could be wrapping it up. He could
still
be
there. Rope walk.
Yeah,
that's where rope walk. They were nice flats.
Giving out your deep history here.
Well, I don't live there anymore.
Yeah,
they were nice flats.
Fair play. But yeah, so I think we're going to call it.
Yes, sounds good.
That's it.
Thank you for listening. If you are listening,
yeah, you need to follow us on all our socials if you can.
Please do.
Ideally,
What are you after?
I'm trying to think of the socials.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I don't have.
You're the one that's opened.
I don't have social media. So Facebook, we got blocked on, which works well.
Yeah.
We got Instagram.
If we get it back up, it is the Know the Good, Good to Know podcast.
Instagram is
KTGGTKpod.
Same with Twitter, which is X.
Yep.
And then Obviously, the YouTube. Hopefully, you'll be either listening on YouTube or Spotify.
Yep.
But yeah, you'll be able to find more details in the description. Please leave any comments if you're on the YouTube. Please feel free to share. The email address is also will be available. So if you want to share any stories, please do that.
Yeah.
But again, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the first episode. I hope you're going to be back for more. Like we said, we're going to look to release these Monday, just Mondays for now.
You never know. Yeah, as I say, like I said, we're
see how we get on.
This is the first podcast, so we might go. Yeah, well, we'll do two. Come on, we'll do it Mondays. We'll do it Wednesdays. We'll break your week up a bit, make it a bit better, make it a bit brighter throughout the whole thing.
Sounds good. Anyway, thank you for listening. Peace out and have a great week and stay positive.
Stay positive.